Sometimes ago, there lived a woman named Sheetal with her son Mohit, daughter-in-law Meera, and mother-in-law Sudha. Mohit and Meera had gotten married out of love and both worked at an IT company. Meera was educated yet deeply rooted in tradition. Every morning, she woke up early and cooked breakfast and lunch for Sheetal, handled all the household work, and then left for her office. No matter how much Meera did, Sheetal always found faults in her work. One day, as Meera and Mohit were about to leave for the office, Meera said,
Manji, I have made your favorite vegetable today. Please have it with grandma for lunch. So what? If that was the vegetable in the house, that will be made.
Meera smiled and left for work with her husband. She knew her mother-in-law said things but didn't mean any harm and wasn't a bad person. Days passed in the same way. It was soon Mohit's birthday. Sheetal invited close friends and family for the celebration and arranged a special prayer for his well-being. At this, Meera asked Sheetal,
Maji, should we order food from outside for everyone? Oh, you two are off from work tomorrow, so you can get up late and then enjoy the party. There is no need for all this. Food will be prepared at home. I have been doing this since Mohit was born. Not once the food has come from outside. It won't happen this year either.
Sheetal then muttered to herself,
Girls these days don't know how to do any work. They want to spend money for everything and don't understand the value of money even.
Listening to her mother-in-law, Meera felt bad but said nothing and walked away. The next day, she woke up at 4 a.m.
Will we get tea today or do we have to manage without it? See, Maji, if today we haven't asked for tea, we are not getting it even. I always say, this girl is of no use. But you always take her side. Dear, you were just like this. She will bring it. She's busy today.
Just then, Meera replied from the kitchen.
Yes, Maji, bringing it.
Meera brought the tea, handed a cup of Sheetal, and went to wake Mohit with another cup. After serving him, she went back to cooking. By around 10 or 11 a.m., all the food was ready. Meera sat down for a moment when the priest arrived. Seeing him, Meera said,
Welcome, Panditji. Please come. I'll call Maji and Mohit.
Soon, Meera and Mohit set for the prayer. After that, guests started arriving. Meera was busy serving everyone. Some wanted vegetable curry, others wanted rice or bread. With so many people and just Meera and two helpers, she missed serving the neighbor aunt, who thought Meera would ask if she needed anything. But when she didn't, Aunt went to Sheetal and she started complaining about Meera.
Sheetal, your daughter-in-law is really slow. When you used to handle things, people never had to ask for anything. What to say? It happens. See, it's all in destiny. Now, see, my daughter-in-law, she isn't educated, but she does everything so well that I never have a complaint.
Sheetal felt a bit angry after hearing this and was about to scold Meera when Grandma Sudha spoke up.
Oh, so you are Uma. I heard your daughter-in-law wants to live separately from you.
Hearing Sudha, Aunt Uma went quiet and silently began eating. Grandma Sudha looked at Sheetal and walked away. By evening, all the guests had left. Mohit's friend came over for the party, so Meera got busy serving them. She had been hungry and tired all day. but nobody cared to ask her once. All this was happening when Sheetal was watching everything. Just then, Mohit said, "Hey Meera, get some starters for my friends. Pakodas, samosas and all. Hurry up na."
Yes, soon.
Meera ran around to get the snacks. While she was bringing the pakodas and samosas, Mohit said, "First get some soft drinks for my friends. This is their first time here." Meera wiped the sweat from her forehead.
Yes, I'm bringing it soon.
Meera put down the snacks and brought soft drinks in glasses, but her hands had lost all strength. She was now really tired. Exhausted, she dropped the tray. Seeing this, Mohit said, "Meera, can't you even do this much work? You have ruined my whole day. There is no energy in your hands today. Disgusting, Meera." Meera wipes her sweaty forehead, gathers the shattered pieces of glass, and quietly starts to leave.
See, this is exactly what I said. I could tell what kind of girl she was the moment I saw her. But you were crazy about her. If only you would have married the girl I wanted, we wouldn't be in this mess.
And then one of Mohit's friends said, "Hey Mohit, what a delicate wife you have got. She couldn't even handle a glass. How's she going to handle your life?" The friends burst out laughing, and seeing Mohit stay silent, Meera feels deeply hurt. She goes to her room, crying, and locks the door. Suddenly, Grandma Sudha bursts out angrily at everyone, especially to Sheetal and Mohit.
Oh my, look at God's will. Mohit, you got married, but your friend just said your wife can't handle your life. Who is he? Come here, let me tell you who can't manage a life. I have watched since morning. She's been up since 4 a.m. She didn't eat or drink a thing. Served food to everyone, even the servants, but nothing for herself. Yet, you all kept taunting her, saying my Meera isn't good enough. That's enough. Party's over, everyone out. Wherever you go, just remember not to spread negativity. Leave.
Now everyone quietly leaves for their homes. Sudha says to Sheetal,
Sheetal, your marriage was arranged. So, what amazing things did you do then? Don't you remember? I had to teach you everything. In today's world, you have got such a daughter-in-law for whom you should be thankful for every day. Mohit, Meera is your choice, right? So you need to care for her.
Now Sheetal and Mohit realize their mistake. Mohit rushes to kitchen for preparing a food for Meera. Sheetal knocks Meera's room and asks her softly,
Meera, please eat something. No one should stay hungry all day. Come on, open your mouth. Today, I'll feed not just my daughter-in-law, but my own daughter. Forgive me, beta. I always listened to others, but not anymore. From today, you are my daughter.
Meera quickly hugs her mother-in-law. From that day, both morning and evening, laughter and chatter echo from the kitchen. Life becomes wonderful for Meera, Mohit, Sudha and Sheetal.
This story teaches that if daughters-in-law are loved as daughters, they in turn treat their elders as parents and life becomes much happier for everyone.